everyone, Christine here to make a video. Now in this video I'm going to be comparing two Doll Leaves bodies. They are MSD size, which means that they are around 40-ish centimeters, and they are two different colors. But I'm not going to be showing, like the comparison of color as much as I'm talking about the bodies themselves. The one I have in my left hand is the Doll Leaves version 1 body. This was the first body that they came out with for MSD size dolls. This second one in my hand is known as the Dream Body on Denver Doll, and their Dream Body is their version 2 body, which for some reason is the 03 body on Denver Doll. So they look very different, and now that I've had them both together, I realize that these dolls don't really share anything that is similar. Now, the first thing I wanted to show, which is why they're standing by each other, is there is a height difference. Now, I'll put the, specs in the comment section so that you guys can know the height difference. I'm not 100% sure, but I imagine that the one over here is like 42 centimeters and this one's 44. But like I said, I'll give you the specs at the bottom. So there is a height difference. The neck seems to be about the same size, but I'm going to go ahead and put these down now, so we can see all the different body parts and what is similar and what is different. So looking at them side by side, one of the first things that I noticed is that they do share the same type of joint mechanism. Now I'm going to go ahead and put their hands like this, but I want you to notice that even the joint is different sizes. So they're not reusing the parts at all. Like, they're completely different, like two separate dolls. So this one's thicker, this one's thinner. And even their hands are not the same. So I thought they would reuse the fingers or, like the sculpt of the hands, but no, nothing is the same. And in fact, for this new body, the ball is stuck to the hand, so there is a lot less motion. Whereas the first body, there is a separation between this ball and here, so you can move the hand a lot more. Like, look at the difference. That's barely any movement at all. Whereas this one, you can move it quite a bit. So that's pretty cool. Now, I got this body straight from Denver Doll. It came in a couple days because it was in stock. So just pointing that out. This one I got off of Instagram from somebody in its box, but did not come with a COA because I only got the body and the head was mine already. So anyway, moving on to different parts. We'll see what this part looks like up here. So that's what the joint looks like there. Even the size of the arms is different. The new body has a thinner arm, and this body has a thicker arm. It might not be so noticeable in the video, but it's definitely a difference in thickness. Moving on to the next section, their breast size. So I think this body comes with 2 size breasts, and since, again, I got it secondhand, I don't know what size breast this is, but these breasts look a lot more realistic. They look fuller, they look like they fall naturally, and if you look at them from the side, they're like small but perky, like they look pretty nice. These look a little more amateur made, although I know that women have different breasts. They don't look like as natural. Now the joint system here is different, but not by much. This one seems to go down a little bit more, and here's what the inside of it looks like. And the inside of this one, which looks a little bit smaller, looks like this. The joint on this doll is not seen on this one. So this one has a 3-part torso, where this one only has 2 parts. This part is actually very helpful, unlike some dolls. For example, Minifees, you can't really move this joint. But for this doll, there is a little ball right here, and if you look on this side, there are like catches so that you can put the ball in different spots, like this, for example. Doing it the other way like this, you can do it back, and you can do it front. Now, of course, it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. I mean, that looks weird, but with a shirt on, it's much less noticeable. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show how much tilt they get, like sideways. Hopefully you can see that. The old body, known as the first body, body 1, tilts sideways a lot more than the new body. I'll do it the other way as well. And now moving on. I can't show the joint for the hips because there is none. But there is a mobility joint on the thighs, and they are also completely different. It's very strange. Usually companies' dolls look similar, but these are completely different. So looking at this one, although it has a mobility joint, there is no, like, the catch is very small, so it's kind of hard to like sit it there, and sometimes it like falls off. But they can go like this. This one also has a catch, but it's a lot bigger and indented right here, so it's much easier to sit the doll's leg in so that they can put their legs up like that. Now, as for movement in the legs, hopefully that's noticeable. Once again, this ball here on the new body is connected to the foot itself, whereas the old body, there is a separation. So you can literally do stuff like that. And, well, now I have this thing all stuck, but and you can do this, whereas with the new body, it doesn't really go down because the ball is connected to the foot. And this one has more motion because there's these big areas, I don't know what these are called, but it lets you move the foot a lot more. So yeah, I have seen people have pictures of both dolls, and I really didn't think there was much of a difference, but man, was I wrong. So now we're down to the knees. Looking at the knees, they both have, once again, the same type of peanut where a part of it shows in the front. The one here is a little thinner on the sides, but overall they're about the same size. The legs themselves are different, and as you can see on the old one, they're a little more chunky looking. They're not as nicely defined. The new body, everything about it looks more defined. Everything is smoother looking, very pretty. Like the legs look thinner here, not just like straight down. So I like the design of the new body, but it seems like the posability of the old body is way better. So moving down to, well, actually there's nothing here, so I'll just go, I already showed the feet. I'll show the inside of the legs. Here is what this bend looks like. Again, these look very different. Now if I bend them this way, that's what they look like, which is similar. They can both do very, very similar things with the legs. And of course, they can hold up their leg like this. This one's just a little harder because, like I said, that little catch is so small, plus this part of the leg is in the way. So if you look at it from the side, let's see if I put them like that, you can see that they can do mostly the same pose. This one gets closer to the body than this one. Let's see. Oh, well, that's pretty good actually. So yeah, it's very similar. This one's a little bit higher, but the one thing that bothers me is, like, I can do this, but not with this leg. I can't put it like all the way down. So it is nice that there's so much mobility on the old body, but I'm not sure why it didn't transfer onto the new body. So let's look at the back. This one got a little bit dirty. She came with a little dirt on the back, and I guess I made it worse somehow because now it's even dirtier. But here's what the back of them look like. Once again, the new body clearly has superior sculpting. Everything about it looks way more realistic. But the old body, you know, it poses so much better in my opinion. So here's what they look like. This butt is just, man, that's a nice booty. Yeah, so let's zoom in on them booties, right? They look nice. The backs look very similar. There's not too much definition on the back. There's like a small indentation going where the spine is, but it's very small. And if you look, it might not be noticeable, but there's actually very, very tiny dimples over the butt for the new body, whereas the old one doesn't have that because there's something in the way. Now, looking at their hands again, just want to show you that the hands are not the same. Like, these hands don't look at all the same. On the new body, the little pinky goes up a little like this, whereas the old body, it's kind of just down. But I'm impressed that they actually have two completely different looking MSD bodies. The peanuts here, it seems like with the new body, they kind of like slimmed it down, made it look smaller and cuter. It doesn't look as bulky looking. So, you know, if you are looking for aesthetics, you might want to go with the new body for that reason, since everything is just nicely done and it looks more pretty. But if your doll is going to be dressed all the time and you're never going to see, you know, all those beautiful lines and things that they did, you're probably going to want to go with the old body because it poses way better. Now, let me just show both of the bodies can put their hands up to their face. Now, of course, the new body doesn't have a face because I haven't done the face up for this doll yet. But I can't move this hand, whereas here, I could choose to do that. And that's like a thing for the old body. So it's pretty nice. Ooh, look, did I just crack it? Or I think I scratched. Oh my God, there's resin falling! Yeah, this old body, you can't really move the hand. So I just chipped the resin on the inside, trying to move the hand. Alright, well, hopefully this helped you guys. I know a lot of people have been asking about the difference between the bodies on Facebook, and I did not know until today. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope that I could help you out. Thank you for watching.